I thought once upon a time, this is going back to like 2010.
When he had the Bears?
No, I'm going back to Pep Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was going to be the next hot new head coach, you know. Herman Edwards at ESPN kept pulling me aside saying, Pep Hamilton, keep your eye on Pep Hamilton. He's the next guy. He's the it guy. And I don't know what happened, but he called a masterful game yesterday. I thought, given what he had to work with.
Except on the except when they got him over.
Okay, I got it. But he kept him in the game because they kept going at Micah with all kinds of screens and option plays and RPOs and one thing after another. They did a very good job of just hanging in the game.
Yes.
It's not staying in command of the game for the most part. So all I know is we finished with a flourish. All I know is I'm going to agree with what Jerry's last line to the reporters was yesterday. I think we're a better team than when we entered the game. And you can laugh at that all you want, but I do think there's some good scar tissue out of this game.
Okay.
You saw your mortality flash right before your very eyes because for the longest time, and by the way, when I tweet, I just tweet in live. I'm doing it in real time. So I say what I see. I am a terribly objective Cowboy fan. And listen, if they stink, I say we're stinking.
Right.
And when they end it with a Baker-esque 98-yard drive to close the game, I'm going to glorify in that.
Well, how about saying this? Look, we won the ball game, but I saw a lot of disturbing things in this ball game. But you can't say you're emboldened. You're like, oh, I'm emboldened.
No, I'm emboldened because we're 10-3 and we're on the way to Jacksonville. And I promise you, we will take the Jaguars far more seriously than we took the Texans because they kicked the you-know-what out of a team that usually kicks the you-know-what out of everybody they play.
And they did that on the road. They went their building.
Yeah.
They went to Jacksonville. They went to Tennessee.
And it was quarterback. He's a stud now.
He can make every throw, and he got legs.
He's 6'5", right?
Easy.
6'5", easy.
Big kid.
And he made some big throws. And all of a sudden, Evan Ingram blasts from the past.
The Giants said, where was that for 4 years?
What was that?
Let me see.
This is going to be degree of difficulty. Just ratchet it up through the roof, right? Okay, so here we go. Now back to the stream of consciousness here that happened in this game. So we are sitting pretty. We're winning this game 38-10.
Probably could make some good money right now doing this.
Made no mistakes the whole year. He's been a godsend.
Right.
He's been a factor in every game because he just puts so much pressure on the coverage teams because he can escape.
Yeah.
And yet on this punt,
Yeah.
he's going to do too much.
I'll work on this next.
I thought he deserved a flag for a late. If we could see
Get some really good money. Let me see. Where is that at? Oh, it's going up. It's going up. So yeah, after this we're gonna get on that.
I think he couldn't get his hands back in position to catch the football because he thought, I'm going to return it, Wait a second, maybe I shouldn't return it. And kaboom! All of a sudden you give them a short field and all of a sudden they throw into the fray out of nowhere. I didn't see this coming. Jeff Driscoll. Jeff Driscoll, although I know he started at Florida.
3,000, no thank you.
In 2019, I know we came right out here the next day and talked about it because he was starting for the Detroit Lions at Detroit. And it was a 35-27 game that went to the bitter end because Jeff Driscoll was pretty good in this game because he goes
What's going on?
6'5",
Okay.
240-ish.
That was the last one.
Time 4.5 in his pro day. So he has some athletic ability. He throws it okay. He's not great, but he throws it okay. And they had a package for him of all kinds of RPOs and option plays and this and that, and where he could use his legs as well as his arms.
Let's get it.
So they cash it quickly, and all of a sudden it's 7-7. Then we get to Mike McPenalty, as I call him, although we only had 3 penalties yesterday, so that was a progress.
That's a positive.
Right? Okay, that's
Back
three penalties. Okay, so we're starting to
Alright,
show
so
that we're actually a credible professional football team that can actually hold themselves to 3 penalties a game. Okay, so now we come to a challenge play where somebody woke up Mike McCarthy on the sideline, and he actually challenged a play. There was a 36-yard pass to the aforementioned Chris Moore, and I thought this was not a catch. If we could see this, and it was a crucial early play in the game because here he goes, drop back. I think it was Davis Mills throwing that one to Chris Moore. He made a heck of a catch. It looked like, but that's not controlled going to the ground.
Right.
He needed the ground to complete the catch.
Right.
And to me, it was a clear overturn. Should have been overturned because he bounces on the football. And McCarthy rightfully challenged it and wrongly lost the challenge. Okay, so all of a sudden they get a 36-yard completion and they get a field goal out of it. And all of a sudden I look up and we are trailing. We're supposed to win 38-10 as a 17.5-point favorite, and we are trailing 10-7. All right, now
No.
a Dak pass. This was
There
one
we
that
go.
worked that shouldn't have worked, and I'm going to show it real quick.
There we go.
Because
So
it's
we
a
got
51-yard pass to Noah Brown, and I thought it was a terrible throw. And we got away with it because Dax escapes to his right and he tries to throw it on the right. And it is woefully underthrown. And guess what happened? Noah Brown came back. Noah Brown had a pretty big game yesterday. So the other development was, did you notice that James Washington got a little run early in the game for the first time? Number 83. All of a sudden, he comes out of nowhere. He hadn't played all year. Okay. Remember, once upon a time at Oklahoma State, he won the Biletnikoff Award. He was a second-round pick by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Right. And he finally was healthy enough to get some run early in the game. And Dak hit him right in the hands with a little slant route.
3, 4, 5.
And he dropped it, and that was the end of him. And Noah Brown said, well, I got this.
1, 2, 3, 4,
so speaking of
5.
let's finish with okay. So we got the 51-yard pass, and that helped put us back up 14-10. So then we get to Dak's interception number 1. Let's see it, because this is scary to me. This is as troubling and disturbing as anything that happened yesterday. He throws it into traffic once again. Okay, but I think it got tipped by, it gets tipped by a Texan first. Would you believe that Dak yesterday had 11 passes tipped at either the line of scrimmage or in the secondary before they arrived at said target? 11 passes tipped. Would you believe that the most passes that have been tipped by any quarterback all year in the National Football League were 6? Right. Okay, so he had 11 yesterday. He almost doubled it in one game. What is that about?
So 50, 25. So yeah.
Didn't get to the intended target before a Texan got his hand or fingertips on the football. Okay, well, that's no good. So you're throwing more and more into traffic. You're trying harder and harder to
1, 2, 3,
like ridiculously good, where you're dangerously good, right? You're throwing passes into traffic you should not risk.
They're making Skip. If you look, they played a lot of cover 2 yesterday. They played a lot of cover.
Well, I mean, Lovey's just known for it.
One.
And so, Skip, I'm going to force Dak to throw the ball in the window. I'm not going to give you wide open throws. I'm not going to have guys running past us, or you're doing the play action in your CD, or you have Schultz doing the over routes. So I'm going to make you throw the ball in the windows, and he probably should let Noah Brown clear a little more. Give the guy credit because he reached back, because he was going to clear, take the flat, and he reached back and got his hand in there, and he tipped it up, and the guy made a great play on it.
Okay, and then Driscoll comes right back and might have been the best throw of his life, and little Amari Rodgers, late of the Packers, catches his first NFL touchdown pass. He never caught one in Green Bay, believe it or not. If we could see this throw from Jeff Driscoll on the rollout, this is where he's most dangerous. That's pretty serious. And I sit back and say, we're behind 17-14. Are you believing it? And then we drive, and I'm going to show you the next drop featuring the Dallas Cowboy, Dalton Schultz, who is obviously Dak's favorite target. It is his security blanket. It's his sort of Gronk, if you will, even though he's not Gronk. But here's a throw, if I could show you one late in the first half, that hit Dalton Schultz right in the hands. Okay, you got to catch that. I mean, Shannon Sharp catches this in his teeth.
But he worried about that here.
Okay, no, I got it, because he's taking a bunch of shots.
He's gonna think, whoa.
Okay, I'm just saying, you got to catch that. And that's when I started to think, is this really going to happen? Because we have to settle for a field goal, and it's 17-17, which brings me to the third quarter. And the play of the game, Donovan Wilson rips the ball out of Little Pierce's hand, and all of a sudden it's loose on the carpet. Right. And guess who picks it up? Here we go. Ball is loose. Diggs gets it, and he retreats. And I said, no, go forward. No. We're going to lose 30 yards on this. And then duck and dodge, and he escapes. And I actually thought he had a chance to go at that point because it's too offensive. He was exhausted. Trevon Diggs, who runs for a living, ran out of gas.
Not like that, though, Skip. You told me to go straight ahead, but he ran like 40 yards backwards to get 20 yards.
Because if he had been able to accelerate at that point, I think the offensive line were equally gassed. And I don't think they would want any part of trying to get him on the ground. I think he might have been able to score.
Oh, that 30 is too much.
Scooped, if not scored. Right. But at least we suddenly had the football, and we blasted all the way down to a 4th and goal at the 1.
We're gonna save.
More trouble. Here we go. And this is Zeke. This team is still heavily Zeke dependent, and I don't
that.
I just don't love it. And they just say, horse, plow up the middle.
Can I ask you a question? If that was Tony Pollard, you think Tony Pollard would have got that ball again? Nobody blocks 25.
I don't like the play call. Okay. I don't like lining Zeke up and saying, let's go strength on strength. Let's go man to man, right? Manhood to manhood.
Right.
We're just going to blow you off the football. No, you didn't blow him off the football. And all of a sudden, I look up, and Zeke loses 2 yards on the play. Yeah. And again, if Tony Pollard's in, I want to toss it to him. I want to get him on the edge. I want to do something. I want to do a little misdirection. I want to do some Kyle Shanahan.
Well, Dak should have pulled that old Peyton Manning. Remember what he did to you guys? He kept it, and he threw a handoff, and he kept it, and walked into the end zone.
Well, any of that would work for me, but they just said power on power. And I just don't think Zeke is that guy anymore. I don't think even Zeke can do that. And you just went over the carries. You saw what happened.
Yeah.
Zeke got 15 carries, had 62 yards. Pretty good, 4.1. Tony Pollard touched it 10 times for a grand total of 42 yards, which is 4.2.
Right.
I need more touches for Tony Pollard. That is deeply disturbing to me.
Well, you got his touches, Skip. He got you. Skip, they already told you now. They're trying to keep the man touches somewhere between in that range of 12 to 18.
Okay, I just don't love it. Okay, now we get to interception number 2, which is thrown from the end zone.
That's cover 2. What did Dak see?
His arm got swiped because Josh Ball was in for Terrence Steele, who may be hurt. I don't know what the end of it is, but it didn't look good or sound good after the game. If we could see what happened, Dak's right arm obviously tries to throw, gets a little bit just swiped, kind of side swiped. And I'm with you. I don't know what he's seeing. I don't know what he's trying to pull off. It didn't look open even if it was a clean throw, right? Doesn't look open if it's a clean throw, and all of a sudden I look up and they have it 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Yes.
I'm thinking I'm in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking you're about to go down 10 points with about 3 minutes ago.
And my defense rose, and it shone.
They did.
And I'm going to show you 4 quick plays here because these are championship caliber plays. Because the first play is old Rex Burkhead, Brady's ex-friend. And then here we go again. This play I thought had scored. That's to Chris Moore, and Watkins got him barely down at the 1/4-yard line. And then we got the blow up by D. Law, and then we got the play you hated. I have no idea what that was. I don't even see anybody in the vicinity.
I don't know if he was supposed to keep going that way because it looked like some of the blockers, like when we thought he was going to run a quarterback. I don't really.
Okay, so the key play there is the 3rd down play because DeMarcus Lawrence just blows it up.
Everybody knows D-Law's going to knife.
Yep.
That's what he did. That's how he got the ball out of Detroit.
You know what? He is the master at knife. Yeah. He is. And he's very explosive at doing that. Okay, and all of a sudden, here comes Dak going Baker Mayfield. And it's 98 yards. We got plenty of time left, but we can see the 5 plays.
11.
To get us set up
11.
Here. These are all the Dak plays in a row.
11.
These are all big time. Just big time. That's the Dalton Schultz. That gets you out of jail. And just went right over the top of the cover 2. And then he escapes, and it was pretty good. He doesn't have the speed he used to have in the first couple of years, but that works. I'll take that all day long to Dalton Schultz. He loves to throw to Dalton Schultz, and this is the throw of the game to me.
Yep.
To Noah Brown. And what a good catch it was by Noah Brown. And then he goes right back to Dalton Schultz. That was a good throw and a very good gutsy catch.
Right.
And that sets up the play at the goal line for Zeke.
All right, let's see if we can make some money right here.
Spread it out. They didn't just say, we're coming right at you.
Right.
And I thought they were going to throw it, and Zeke just drives it right up the gut, and they didn't have enough bodies in the middle of the field.
Let's see how fast we can make some money.
And all of a sudden I look up, and it's 27-23, and would you believe it's the first time we've gone back-to-back winning seasons since 1996, the year in which was the last year we went to the championship game and then went and won the Super Bowl.
Right.
So it's been that long since we had back-to-back 10 wins. So will I take? Yes, I will take it. Will I run with it? Yeah, I'm going to run with it because I think they're going to run with it. I still say it's over, it's forgotten, it's onward, upward, and I think you take confidence from it instead of all this negativity.
You take confidence?
Yep, I do.
You beat the 110 what? Texans, you take confidence for that.
Did we beat them? Did the Texans stop by your restaurant last night?
No.
Yes.
They don't get to come in.
Come in.
They're so bad. They're so bad. We don't serve them. I refuse service. I don't have to.
Okay.
I think your Cowboys might need to look to avoid a trap game against those Jaguars.
Yeah, no trap. They got them. I'm taking the Jags. Give me the point right now. I'm taking the Jags.
I'm not going to give you 5. All we got to do is win by 4. That's all we got.
The Jags.
Okay. Well, pick it.
Go ahead and pick it. No. If you're scared, just say Chevy.
I'll take 5 cases right now from straight up.
Give me the 5 points. If you just say Chevy, I'm a little afraid of this matchup.
No. I'm not going to say that.
But you are, though, right?
I got all week to talk about. Okay.
Jags finally gonna get some love.
Maybe when we talk about
4
Tom
more.
Brady, guys, are the Buccaneers struggling because of Tom Brady? Patrick Mahomes helped or hurt his MVP case yesterday? That and much more coming up right here on Undisputed.
One more. Where you at?
SiriusXM is your audio home for all your favorite FS1 shows. Who am I other than America's media icon?
You must be great.
Fox Sports is available on SiriusXM channel 83 in your car and on the SXM app.
An experienced QPC eater knows
Found you.
never let the ketchup that flows from the hot and juicy oil go to waste.
This rental car is so boring to drive.
Let's be honest.
The rent-a-car industry is the definition of boring, and the reason can be found in the name itself. You don't want a friend, you want the friend. You don't want a job, you want the job. The is always over a. That's why we don't offer a car. We
Let me
offer
see.
the car. Big 6. Rent a car.
When you get a chip in your windshield, try to think what this company did. They got a chip. They drove the same way or same day repair. And with their insurance, it was no cost to them. That service the way you need it.
Christmas trees try so hard. Lights, ornaments, and little choo-choo trains, come on. The best trees, they kind of only need 2 things. Peanut butter and chocolate. Not sorry, Reese's.
Can't claim your holiday wish list for free limited edition bracelet when you shop Pandora Jewelry.
For the Trailblazers,
2,000, almost 3,000. Woo-wee.
the last to leave. And the first to think ahead. There's Granger. Supplies and solutions for every industry. With access to trained experts and 24/7 support. Call clickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
This year, what if you could get the perfect gift? Thousands of lessons from the world's best.
Yeah.
Right now, when you get Masterclass, you get a second membership free.
What are you waiting for?
Get one, get one free. Masterclass.
This is Fubo TV. It's a better way to watch live news, shows, and sports without cable. Watch multiple games at once with multi-view.
Try free at FuboTV.com.
When you automate sales tax with Avalera, you don't have to worry about things like changing tax rates, exemption certificates, or filing returns.
Avalera.
Create amazing work with Fiverr. All you need is your team and a talented freelancer who will lend a hand and seamlessly join your team from just about anywhere. Expand your team with a Fiverr freelancer.
Tom Brady's homecoming against the 49ers did not turn out the way he'd hoped. Brady threw 2 picks, and the Buccaneers' only points, those came in the third.
Let's see what they got to say.
35-7 loss. Shannon, what percent of the blame does Brady deserve here?
100% of the blame.
Play defense?
Let me ask you a question. How much credit did you give anybody else in those comebacks? You didn't mention the defense. When they held them out of the end zone and they kept holding them to 3. They kept holding them to 3. They got the ball back for Brady. You didn't give the defense any credit then. Now you blame the defense. I knew that was going to come, but I was ready for you today.
Well, you knew it was going to come. How could it not come?
Let me ask you a question.
It was 28-0 at halftime.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah, he did nothing. That's exactly right. I'm glad you said that. It was 28-0. It could have easily been 28-28.
What did Brock Purdy do in the first half?
What did Tom Brady do in the first half? What did Tom Brady do in the first half? You do realize when the 49ers scored, they kicked the ball off. They kicked it to Tom Brady. What did Tom do?
Well, he threw a touchdown pass to Mike Evans. We had a call back because of a hold.
Okay, did the guy hold? Did the guy hold? Yes.
I'll say yes.
Oh, you'll say yes. Okay, and that 13-point comeback with under 4 minutes, with 4 minutes left, how much credit did you give anybody else? Did you give the defense any credit?
Sure I did.
No, you didn't.
Well, they're playing Andy Dalton.
Oh, okay. They're playing, don't do that, Skip. Exactly, they're playing Andy Dalton.
His first ever NFL start is Mr. Irrelevant.
So now I'm going to have to give him, video, hey, DJ, drop the tracks right quick.
Drop the tracks real quick.
I didn't know, is it Todd Bowles, is it the defense, or is it...
Terrible pass.
No.
Terrible pass.
What are you calling?
Terrible pass.
Byron Leftwich, what are you calling?
Terrible
Todd
pass.
Bowles.
Terrible
Why
pass.
would you throw that?
That was a terrible pass.
Carl Davis, what are you doing? Oh, none of those guys are on offense. Oh, my goodness. Oh, his arm. He has lost no arm strength. All he had, Julio had 10.
Oh, get him, Shannon.
And what happened? I thought it was duck season. Boom.
The Julio pass?
Yeah.
That's in a driving rain when the ball slipped. Well, it did. It was pouring rain.
So what was
the one he missed was the Scotty Miller one. The early one. You got to fixate on that one. That was terrible.
Can I ask you a question? So what was Brock Purdy? Did he have an umbrella out there?
No, he didn't. The second half, Shannon, did you watch the game? You gotta watch the game.
I watched it.
Okay.
It was 28-0.
Well, how many passes did Brock Purdy throw in the second half? Help me out.
Hold on. Let me get my stat.
He did 3 passes in the second half because he didn't need to throw.
Let me get my stat. So, okay, you said it was driving. So why in the hell is Tom Brady throwing 55 times in a driving rain?
Because they can't run a league.
No, they can't run a league.
Dead last running the ball. Dead last in the whole league.
Why was Tom Brady still in the game late in the third quarter, down 35?
You know why?
To get stats.
No, not to get stats, because he's Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. And trust me, Kyle Shanahan's still sitting over there saying, we got to drive a nail to them. We got to stop this. He's done this 1,000 times.
He's done what?
Come back and come back. He's the comeback king of all time.
What have you skipped? The man has gotten more than 22 points twice this year. Come back from what? So here, this is why
I am against the Rams. Him against the
How many points did the Rams? How many Rams?
Him against the Saints.
I saw him lose against the Packers. How many points did the Rams have? How many points did the Saints have?
Yeah.
He got the 31 time, or maybe twice this year.
Yeah. I got it. Tell me when it's my turn.
I'm gonna take DJ. This is why I gave him 100% of the blame. Can we get this? And I'm gonna need you to bear with me at home because I don't really like to do stuff like this. But I'm gonna just follow suit with my counterpart. Can we get that up on the board? Can we get the quote on the board? There it is. The level of responsibility that Brady imposes upon himself has always been massive, and this year he's taxed to the max. One example, on night before each game, Brady runs a separate meeting with the Bucs skill players, during which he goes over game plan, makes tweaks to their plans, and formations, and provides a revised blueprint. One which first-year head coach Todd Bowles, offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich, and the rest of the staff are left to discover in real time once the game begins. If I'm not mistaken...
Are you sure about this report?
Skip, I'm just saying what it was saying. Hold on.
Okay.
So now, every time somebody...
Are you sure about this report?
Every time...
Do you know Mike Silver?
I do know Mike Silver. I know Mike Silver very well.
Okay.
But here's the thing what I find fascinating. Anytime somebody tries to say something that might be detrimental to Tom Brady, you question the veracity of it. Anytime somebody prays on Tom Brady, you never call into question anytime
Get him, Shannon.
Well, because he's the GOAT. He's the greatest ever. He's the greatest clutch player in any sport ever.
So in other words, he's beyond reproach in your estimation.
Because I'm not writing them off. You can do all you want.
Yeah.
So I need a conclusion from you today. Is he washed? Is he washed?
When you got no retort.
Say yes, Shannon.
Let me finish. When you got no retort from what I just laid out.
Shannon, he has the greatest football mind anybody's ever seen. You know what? If this report is correct, who cares? He should do that. He should do that. Wait a second. I need an answer from you. Who knows more football, Byron Leftwich or Tom Brady? Help me out.
Who knows more football?
No, you answer the question. Answer the question, because you can't. You can't, because it's an obvious answer.
Okay, he knows so much football. Why is he playing so bad?
Okay, because for 1,000 reasons. Because they've had no continuity on offense all year long, and for some reason they can't separate. And their offensive line is a shambles. You know it, and I know it.
How many times did he get
Can you
sacked
even
yesterday?
name the people that...
How many times did he get sacked?
Okay, here's the stat. Here's all you need to know. He got hit a season-high 8 times. All you need to know that he was under pressure 26.4% of the time, which was by far the highest he's been under pressure all year long. How about those numbers? Can you refute those numbers for me?
So let me get you, I want to make sure I'm hearing you correct. Tom Brady has never been hit more in his career, under pressure more in his career, and won a game. Tom Brady, that's what makes Tom Brady great. Through all the adversity, through all the Tom Brady's been able to overcome.
Who has the best defense by far in the National Football League right now? Help me out. It's not even close. Did you see what they did to Tua last week?
Yes.
Okay.
Skip.
Well, Brady had a better game than Tua had. Well, he did.
Skip. All I'm saying is this. Tom Brady had a problem. You said Tom Brady should have had a problem with Byron after Tom Brady and Byron Leftwich comes up with a game plan. And here's a guy that was not in the meeting when they came up with it, come in with his now Tom Brady is not up because most coaches and NFL coaches work between 80 and 100 hours in a 5-6 day week. So Tom Brady the night before, he's making tweets when he didn't stay up those 80 to 100 hours. So shouldn't they have a problem with that?
Who do you think watches more tape, Tom Brady or all the coaches?
All the coaches.
Stop it.
All the coaches.
Stop it. I'm going to do it.
I don't care.
Because I just did it.
I'm not going to let you be disrespectful to these damn coaches because you love Tom Brady. Tom Brady does not watch more tape.
No quarterback in the history of this league.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a flat-out lie.
That's a flat-out lie that you're perpetrating. There's never been anything, because you can't stand it that Tom Brady at 45 is still playing this game at a very high level. Yeah.
You see these numbers?
Yeah.
These numbers say Tom Brady is not playing.
I need you. Okay, you're in the Hall of Fame because you're scared to death of him because he's haunted you. Time out. Ladies and gentlemen at home, I would like to announce the fact, if you're new to our show, that this man, for 6 straight years on this show that we have been partners at this debate, has tried to send Tom Brady home, said he's washed up, his arm is in decline, and he should just go on home. It started the first day of this show in September of 2016, and he has been wrong for 6 straight years, and he's going to be wrong again. I'm standing by what I say.
How convinced are you Tom Brady's going to win the Super Bowl?
Okay, I picked him to win it. I'm not backing off.
Well, put something on it.
Well, what do you mean I put my pride on it? I put my pride. Who did you pick? You picked the Rams and the Chargers, okay?
And the only difference is, everybody knows the Rams are bad, but they don't want to say Tom Brady is playing just as bad as
I'm not writing them off.
Skip, they're in the terrible division. They're the worst division in football.
Good. Are they going to be in the playoffs? Help me out. I need you to
That's
sing.
your argument.
Okay,
That's your argument.
What do you mean that's my argument?
Your argument is that they're going to be in the playoffs. Is Tom Brady playing bad? Yes or no?
Yes, he played poorly yesterday.
What you mean yesterday?
Okay, but you're giving him 100% of the blame? That's just, you have no objectivity. It's just straight Brady hate. Wait a minute. This is just straight hate by a guy who's jealous that he's still playing at a high level at 45 when you had to stop at 35.
That's what you do.
That's the point.
That's what you do. Every time I call something into question, I'm jealous.
No.
I did what I
never
did.
said you were jealous of Baker Mayfield.
I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got 3 Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
I'm better than you. See what you do? You take personal shots.
No.
Skip and them are going at it.
Shot at me.
I didn't take a personal shot at you.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
You would take a personal
Put your glasses back on.
You would take a personal shot at me to say this man is better than me because I say he's playing bad this year?
Well, because you just
Go ahead.
you disrespect him. It's just so.
You know what?
It's beneath your
You would
dignity.
disrespect me to support him.
No, well, I'll support him over anybody because he's the greatest player who ever played your game, and it's by far.
Have it.
Okay, I'm going to have at it because what happened yesterday.
Oh, Skip.
What happened?
Skip.
And they defer. Let's give the ball to Brock Purdy so that our defense can go shut him down. And Shannon, what happened on the opening drive? Did you watch? Yeah, I think you probably watched this because you're on the edge of your seat salivating for Brady to screw it up, right? And what happened? They go 67 yards.
Nothing he can say. Shannon got him. There's nothing he can say.
Would you believe that Brock Purdy became the first Mr. Irrelevant to start and actually
Skip is like looking like he about to cry.
Against this Bucs defense? It was, you want to talk about embarrassing. You want to talk about shameful. It was all time. And then I look up again, and here they come again, and it's 14-0.
Skip knows he got and he did Shannon wrong by saying that.
I think it's my turn. Am I talking? Can I talk?
That's why Tom Brady was talking. You want to play it.
Brock Purdy goes 14 of 18 for 185 yards in the first half. Are you kidding me? But here's the bigger problem, which you're not going to ever acknowledge anything like this. Right away, they lose Vita Vea. Well, he's the rock. He is the anchor of the defensive line. Gone. Then they lose their second-best corner right away in the first quarter. Jamel Dean, I don't know what was wrong with him. He limps off the field, and he does not return to the game.
Oh, after he gave it a touchdown to Brandon Ayuk.
Then they have Joe Tryon is probably their best pass rusher left because they lost Shaq Barrett, who was a force as a pass rusher, and he tore his Achilles tendon. So now your second-best pass rusher limps off the field, and he's gone for the rest of the game. They started the game without the quarterback of their defensive secondary, Antoine Winfield. He did not play a snap. Mike Edwards is their best playmaker in the secondary. He did not play a snap yesterday. And Sean
the quarterback
is their nickel corner, and he did not play a snap yesterday. This is devastation. This is decimation. This defense is a joke right now, and you can't stop Brock Purdy.
Can I ask you a question? If the defense is a joke, what is the offense? Okay. If the defense is a joke, if they're atrocious, what is the offense?
Yesterday, it was atrocious.
Skip, you're talking about yesterday. Skip, they're 6 and 7.
Who are they playing against? You don't think that defense will do it to anybody in that stadium? They're going to do it to any quarterback in that stadium.
So I want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly, and the people at home. They played the 49ers 13 times this year. So explain the 6 and 7 record.
Played 13 times.
Yeah, because
if they did play him 13 times, they'd lose 13.
No, because what you're trying to do is that you're trying to make it seem like every game that Brady's played, he's faced the 49ers defense.
It's preposterous that you would give Brady 100% of the blame when the defense couldn't stop him one time in the first half.
So how much credit should I give Brady? Because he couldn't score.
Well, there's no credit to be given.
Okay, then.
And he said after the game, he had one thought. It's 21-0, and he's got the throw that you threw. You showed to Mike Evans in the end zone.
Yeah.
And he said after the game, I threw an SH pass. That's what he said. Okay. It was terrible. Well, it was. It was horrible. And if anybody out there can explain to me why Tom Brady and Mike Evans have lost their rapport, their connection.
Have they really ever had it?
I don't know. I've seen games throwing 15 balls.
In the red zone, yes. The back shoulder fade or the fade ball. I mean, yeah, when they get in the red zone, they normally have a pretty good rapport. But they really never had rapport in the field. Like he's had rapport with all these other receivers in New England, like with the Amendolas, the Edelmans, the Welker, the Gronk, the Randy Moss. He's never had that type of
Okay, so clearly there's no Randy Moss. Clearly there's no Edelman or Amendola, because I thought maybe Russell Gage could turn into that. I thought maybe early on Scotty Miller could turn into that, but he can't. All he can do is just run go routes. And they don't have a Gronkowski. Obviously, he's trying to turn the rookie Cade Otton or O'Keefe into his tight end. And Cameron Brate got, 2 targets yesterday and didn't do anything. And I thought he would be a semblance of a Gronkowski this year, and he is nothing this year. So all of a sudden, I don't know. They can't run it. They can't protect. And they obviously can't separate. He's not comfortable with anybody. He and Godwin have some rapport, but Godwin's more of a midfield possession receiver.
Yeah. Tom Brady is afraid to get hit. It's hard.
I agree. He is afraid to get hit.
He's averaging 4.6 yards a throw yesterday because the ball got to come out quick. If you want plays, you got no risk it, no biscuit. Okay. You got to push the ball down the field. But in order to push the ball down the field, you're going to have to get touched a couple of times. He's so afraid of getting touched now that he's just dirting the ball. And you keep dirting it, now you're going to have no rhythm when it comes time to have an open throw.
What would you do if you're 45 years old against what could be the best pass rush? I think that's the most dangerous pass rush.
I would start trying to feed my ego and take my blood home. Okay. It's the NFL.
Okay, so there we are. So help me out. Is it time for Brady to go home?
Skip, I'm not going to tell the man what he should do, but if you're afraid to get hit, you do know this is the NFL.
Yeah.
They hit people. If you are afraid to get hit, you probably should go home.
Okay, he's trying to avoid the career ender.
Skip, right? Skip, nobody wants to get the career ender, but every head is not a career ender. He doesn't want to get touched at all. All they run is smoke screen. That's all they run is bubble screens. Screen to the running back.
Thank you.
He's not pushing the ball down the field unless every 2 or 3 plays a game, he will push the ball down the field. Other than that, everything is like shore fishing. He's not deep sea fishing because he's afraid. But in these comebacks, you didn't mention anything. You talk about the greatness of Tom Brady.
It's being exposed. It's being exposed.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers had an opportunity to answer. Okay. The Tampa Bay, they had an opportunity to answer. And why didn't Tom Brady answer?
What did I tell you against the Saints, who have a very good defense? Not San Francisco's, but a very good, at least a top 10 defense. What did I tell you happened in the 2 long touchdown drives that he came from 16 to 3 down to win the game?
You said he. You didn't say Tampa came from behind. That's why I gave 100% of the play.
Well, what happened in those 2 touchdown drives? They went no huddle. They went into what they called their 2-minute. And all of a sudden, Brady is calling every play, I believe, and it's bing, bing, bing. The ball is coming out fast, and the defense is on its heels. Can't substitute, and here he came, and there he went. And it's 2 80-yard type drives to win the game.
Yeah.
Okay, and I said, I got to see it at San Francisco. I wish they'd come out in a 2-minute. No huddle.
Nobody can play 2 minutes for the whole game.
Did you see him do it one time yesterday? They didn't do it one time. I don't know what they're thinking.
Skip, when you down 20,
it's all you got.
Skip, you down 20.
Okay, why don't you come out? Why don't you come out and just say, we're going to show you this right away? We're going to show it to you, so at least we make you fear it a little bit.
But you do understand that when you go no huddle, the substitution package.
I got it. I understand, but you just do it because it's what you're best at. It's what your 45-year-old
this might not be too bad.
It's just getting into a mental rhythm of boom, boom, boom. On your heels, on your heels. I got this, I got that, I got that.
Yeah, but when you do that, Skip, your receivers get tired. Then you have substitution. Now you allow the defense to substitute. And I get why Tom Brady loves the no huddle, because the defense gets to be basic. You can't be exotic.
Absolutely.
But Skip, at some point in time, you're going to have to acknowledge the numbers.
Okay, the numbers I acknowledge is it was 14-0 barely into the second quarter. Then it's 21-0 with 8 minutes left in the second quarter. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but what about Tom? If Tom is what you said he is.
Well, I didn't ever say he was. I picked him to steal this game 14-13. So I needed the defense to hold Brock Purdy to 13 points, and they held him to 28 at halftime.
What did I tell you?
It's ridiculous.
I said I don't believe Tom Brady can get past the number that Brock Purdy couldn't get to. I said 20. I believe he can get. I believe Brock Purdy. You've seen 13 games, and you've seen this man struggle to get to 20 points.
Okay, should he go home now?
Skip.
Should he call it a year? Should he call it a career?
No. Don't call it a year now. I still believe they're going to make the playoffs. That's a terrible division. They got the work cut out for them next week against Cincinnati.
They're going to lose.
But hold on.
They're going to lose to Cincinnati.
Skip.
No, they are.
Skip. T. Higgins went out of the ball game. Didn't come back.
They're going to lose to Cincinnati. I don't care.
Tyler Boyd left the ball game.
The next Brady is Joe Burrow. And Joe Burrow is operating at a supremely high level, and this defense will get shredded by Joe Burrow. Shredded.
You can't keep losing your best players, even when you have a superior quarterback, and it be business as usual. But these numbers, Skip, he's thrown the ball. He's on pace to throw the ball another 700 times.
Yep. Okay.
700.
Okay, I got it. I'm not writing them off. I keep waiting. One of these days, it's going to click for everybody. But if the defense is decimated, they don't have a prayer.
But here's the thing, Skip. The defense has to play at such a superior... The defense has to be the 2000 Ravens in order for Tom Brady to do anything.
The 2000 Ravens?
Yes! Skip.
They got shredded by Brock Purdy.
Think about this. Anytime the defense has given up more than 22 points, how many games have they won?
Okay.
They got a whole team to 10, got a whole team to 13. They've even lost games when they held a team to 14, when they held teams to low. But I don't understand. Skip, it's okay. You see, the problem that I have with you and a lot of people, you think I'm trying to take away what Tom Brady's already done. I'm saying Tom Brady is not playing this year. Forget the Super Bowl. Forget everything that he's done for the past 22 years. I'm talking about season 23. Tom Brady hasn't played well, and everybody knows it.
Okay, that's fine. But the difference between you and me is I just go to the end of the limb and I just say, boom, this is what I see. And if you had the courage of your convictions, you'd say Tom Brady should call it a career right now.
That's not the issue.
Yes, it is. So that's what we do on this show. That's the bigger issue.
No, I've never called for anybody's career. All I'm saying is, but you do realize that Tom Brady left New England because he realized that he needed more help. So now you blame the receivers. Now you blaming Chris Godwin. Now you blaming Mike Evans. You blame everybody else.
You keep making the case he's washed, right?
Skip.
Is he washed?
Skip.
No courage of your convictions. I told you before the draft. Tua can't play. I told you we're going to do it in a few minutes here on the show.
Somehow he got a better record than Tampa. But he got a better record than Tampa.
He's got this guy named Tyreek and this other guy named Waddle, and he's got this other guy named Cedric Wilson and this other guy named
Chris Godwin, a Pro Bowler. Mike Evans, a Pro Bowler. Julio Jones, who's just going to the Hall of Fame. So what about those guys? Are they not any good?
You watched Julio lately?
Now watch Julio. See.
Well, can he run?
Have you watched Tom Brady lately?
All right, then it's all Tom's fault, says Hall of Famer.
But no, the problem is you blaming Todd Bowles. You blaming Byron Leftwich.
I didn't bring Todd Bowles.
You blame the defense.
Yeah.
Now, one time did you talk about
the defense was horrible yesterday.
The defense, you talk about it was 14-0, 21-0, 28-0. So how can you get talk about the nothing? Who can do something about the nothing?
Obviously, he had his chances, but he's going up against the best defense with no protection.
But he's
you know what? You better hope that Tristan Wirfs doesn't come back. You better hope that Ryan Jensen doesn't come back. You better hope that they don't start getting healthier in the offensive line because you're going to be up the creek without the paddle.
I don't do anything with hope. I don't wake up saying, I hope I can pay my bill. I hope I car crank. I hope I do this. That's not what I do. I base everything I do on what I know. And what you know, Skip, for what you've seen this year. Let's just do this year. You want to say you don't even want to deal with this year.
I do.
No, you don't.
He's been horrible, except over the last 2 minutes of 4 or 5 games. He is still the best late-game quarterback in the whole league, and there ain't anybody in his ballpark.
So that's your question.
Best in the league in the last 2 minutes.
In order to get into a game situation, what must the defense do? The defensive have, for part of the term, stand on their head like a hockey goalie. Because he's been trash for the first 55 minutes. He's been Tebow-esque this year, with the exception, as you said, the last 5 minutes of the ball game.
Shannon Sharp just compared Tom Brady to Tim Tebow.
Skip,
right?
There you go. Everybody here know what I meant when I said that. He's played terrible for the first 55 minutes of the ball game, and then he win the ball games in the end. I didn't say this man was Tim Tebow. I said what he was doing is very Tebow-esque. But you try to spin it around.
Okay. I think he's going to be just fine before this year is over, and we still have a long way to go.
What do you mean by just fine? Making the playoffs.
They're going to make a run. If they get a home game, you better look out.
Skip,
if they will win their home game,
they will not win their home game.
Okay.
You do realize the home game is going to be against the Cowboys.
I don't know if it will or not. A lot of football is left to be played. A whole lot of football. A lot of things could happen. But a lot of things could happen to the Eagles.
Okay, hold up. How about this here? They're going to either play the Eagles or the Cowboys for the home game.
Okay. I got it. I'm not backing off. Did I back off on Baker Mayfield? Nope. Who was right about Baker
Sam
Mayfield?
Darnold went to Seattle and won a game. He's 2-0.
What did he complete? Like 13 balls?
No. Hold on.
What was his QBR? Like 20?
Hold on. You just said the Dallas Cowboys won a game, and that's all that matters. Now you're trying to look at impart stats into the equation. Hey, winning is all that matters. Who cares if he had 1 yard?
Baker Mayfield's way better than Sam Darnold.
Which guy is 2-0? Which guy lost his job, ended up getting released, is on another team?
Here we go. Shake and bake, baby.
Okay, Sam Darnold.
Fireworks here early on Undisputed this Monday morning. Spicy, guys.
Some balls a bust. I
Try
said
this
it
one
before
on
the
the
game.
sides. We're going to move on, gentlemen. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. They beat the Broncos 34-28 yesterday, Shannon. Mahomes dished out another no-look pass. This one goes for 56-yard touchdown. Mahomes finishes the day with over 350 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions as well. So, Shannon, give Pat Mahomes a letter grade for yesterday.
I gave him a C because he kept both teams in the ball game. You saw the exquisiteness, the greatness of Patrick Mahomes, and then you saw like, bro, what you doing? It's okay to run the football and punt it. You don't all. I think sometimes, Skip, and that's what greatness is. I mean, you see guys and they're great. They're historically great.
Now what do I do next? I need.
Now, I will give Jerry Jewell. He made 2 incredible interceptions. He has exquisite hands for a linebacker.
Need to do this one
He made a
next.
couple of those plays. I'm like, bro, you must have been playing a tight end. You must have been a running back or something. Ain't no way linebacker just got hands like that the way he's plucking the ball, Skip. I'm talking about the ball ain't bobbling. Ain't like he caught it with his chest. He's stealing the ball like this, and he's jumping up and catching the ball. They have 27-0, and then he turns the ball back over, gets the Broncos back into the ball game. They take another lead, and he gets the Broncos back in the ball game with a terrible interception. And that's plus I don't trust their defense, Skip. The Broncos scored 9 points the previous week. They're having trouble scoring touchdowns, and they gave them 28. Now to defend them a little bit, Mahomes didn't do him any credit. Didn't do him any favors by turning the ball over and giving them short fields. But you can't. I mean, there are certain things you just can't do. Turnovers get you beat. I don't care how great you are. And well, that's what you just. I mean, you look at what he's done in the AFC West. If he's 15-0 in AFC road games, he's 10-0 against Denver. I never thought I'd see the day somebody could just beat us 10 straight times. It just breaks my heart that this is where we are, and I've already seen the E already X'd out on the Broncos. We're eliminated from the playoffs.
Yep.
I never thought I would see that day after we got Russell Wilson.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Quarterbacks. I wasn't expecting it. I'm gonna be straight up honest. I don't think anybody with any Bronco country was expecting anything with the quarterback we had. But with Russell, there was a renewed hope. I was talking to people. I was talking to guys, and there was a buzz. Man, hey, I think this gonna be it. And it's another season of disappointment. But I gave him a C, Skip, because he threw for 352 yards, 3 touchdowns. But those interceptions were horrible. So he was just average, even though he threw for 352.
Okay. I'm going to give your man, Mahomeboy, a B- because they did win the game. And to your point, 15-0 on the road is 15-0 on the road.
Yes.
And I know that doesn't have anything to do directly with yesterday, but it's extraordinary.
Oh, it is.
And what is it? 10-0 against Denver is extraordinary. I give it up to those. But now let's go back to the Globetrotter play that he makes one a day like every Sunday. And if we could see it one more time.
You talking about the one Jerry McKinnon?
Yeah. So this is the play of the day in the National Football League. This is what he does. Why does he do this?
Nice.
No look?
Oh no, that's not me. I didn't level up. That's just my part. That's just one of my.
Remember, he put the ball in his left hand to throw to Tyree when Von Miller was chasing him. He always does this bull job against us.
Okay, why does he get away with these? Because no other quarterback has the license to do that, because if any other quarterback even tried to do that, they would get called on the carpet by their coordinator and head coach. We don't do that. Right?
I was wondering what the hell he was doing, Skip, because he didn't even look at the guy. No. I'm like, bro, what are you?
Oh, that's what he's doing. Jeez. Okay, so he'll pull one of those off. But unfortunately, it gets undercut by the fact that he has so little pocket discipline. his footwork is atrocious to me. But I've been studying the game for a long time. He gets away with near murder because his coach loves him to a fault. And when he pulls that play off that we just saw, it also makes Andy Reid look like even more of I'm a genius. I selected this guy. I picked him when nobody else really wanted him. Okay, I got that.
But you knew what was coming, didn't you? You know if he pulls something like this off early in the ball game, you know what's coming. Okay. He about to try some of everything.
It's sort of like LeBron makes his first 3 or 4 threes. You know what's going to happen? He's going to shoot 12 of them.
Yeah, he got a heat check. We got a heat check.
It's a heat check. But the point is, he pulls off he had 2 more. Look, real quick, we see the 2 other touchdown passes because the one to Juju, it's just off the charts great. I got to tell you. Okay, here's the first touchdown pass.
That's the second one to McKinnon.
McKinnon. Okay, so I got that one, but here's the one. He wheels and he spins and he 360s and he throws it. I don't even know how he did it, and he got it to Juju for a short touchdown. Okay, so I give you those. That's why I'm going to give him a B-. But he was very fortunate that Russell Wilson was actually playing, I think, his best game
of
the
Denver Broncos, right? That was his best game, yes.
And it's 12-16 left in the fourth quarter, and Russ takes off on a scramble. And you notice Russ had a bunch of rush yards yesterday. Didn't he have it up to where he was the leading rusher for the team?
Yeah, 4 for 57.
Okay, 4 for 57. But
enjoy a more restful season and shop the holiday sleep event at the Revive Sleep Center inside Living Spaces. Get 50% off our Revive Regal Chill Queen mat.
Start out by saying a few things. First of all, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. We are at 23,925 subscribers. We are almost at 24,000, less than 100 away from 24,000, y'all. Less than 100 away from 24,000. So if you are new to the channel, if you got friends or family members that are not subscribed, let them know about TD Fans Talk, because I really want to get to 24,000. I think that'll be huge for us so far this season. Okay. Now don't congratulate me, congratulate y'all, man. This is the best comment section that, I believe on YouTube. We be live, we be lit, man. We added a lot of subscribers yesterday, Chargers fans and everything, because they just enjoyed the back and forth in the comment section. They really enjoy it, and I want to say thank you to all y'all who are active in the chat. And those who aren't active in the chat, I understand some people don't want to be, and some people are working, some people are doing their thing, but they're listening, man. I appreciate everybody who watches this channel and show love and support, and at a minimum by at least hitting the like button. Like right now, we're over 200 people, only 60 likes. Show your love and appreciation. Punch the like button. It'll be greatly appreciated, guys. You the GOAT, TD. I ain't the GOAT. The greatest of all time. You know who the greatest of all time is in this Dolphin community doing live streams? Everybody else who live stream that ain't TD, they're the GOATs. Everybody's the GOATs because we provide great content that somebody likes. If you got one viewer, somebody like you. So all of the creators are GOATs, man. Every single one of them. Some of them some hating GOATs, but they GOATs. I still love them. All right. And don't get me started on that. We'll say that for another stream. How wrong some people are, but they still don't want to take ownership of just being wrong. But it's okay. It's the name of the game. On Therapy Mondays, usually people that go to see a therapist, which, hi, ladies and gentlemen, I am your therapist for this show. I'm not licensed or certified. Did get a minor in psychology, but I'm not licensed or certified. So I want to say that before somebody try to sue me. But yeah, one thing, when you go to therapists, a lot of people have this thought process that when you go to therapy, you want to let out everything that's happening to you, how you feel, and why it's someone else's fault, or you want the therapist to validate what you believe the issue is. And therapists actually don't do that. Therapists listen to you and ask you clarifying questions in hopes to get you to identify what the root cause issue is yourself. But above all, therapists also, depending on what type of theory that theoretical therapist you are, many want to bring you to a place of accountability. And today, I have to say this to the Dolphin fans as your therapist for the evening, not licensed. We can blame Mike McDaniel. We can blame Tua Tagovailoa. We could blame the defense. We could blame the offensive line. We could blame the receivers. We could blame Boyer. We could blame Greer, Flores, TD Fansall. We could blame whoever we want. But today, we need to start taking our own self-ownership. Because when people get depressed and they get mad and upset, and me included sometimes, I'm guilty of it, it's because they're angry because they've been fooled or bamboozled or tricked. And they didn't see what came coming. But if you're a viewer of TD Fins Talk, how could you have not seen this coming in December? Why are you mad and upset about something that you should have already known for December? Maybe it's because when you learned it, you disagreed. I get that. Nothing wrong with a little disagreement. But time and time and time again, people come to this channel, hear my takes. They don't want to accept them, so they disagree, which you have a right to. And you're provided evidence of why I believe what I believe. Evidence now. Real evidence. Film. Evidence. Clips. History. Real evidence. And then when it goes exactly how I said it.
One more.
People act shocked. People act disappointed. But at what point do we mature ourselves and get out of this, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, you can't get fooled again. Some of us have been fooled at this point 5 times. Some of us have been fooled 5 times up to this point. And we convince ourselves with the narrative that just isn't true, and it continues to be debunked, but then one little thing happens to make you believe again, but it continues to be debunked, and we just do this to ourselves. This is why I have taken the stance that I have taken this year. I am going to give the raw, hard truth about this team and every player on it. It's not going to always sound pretty, but there is logic behind why I believe what I believe. And it doesn't mean it's going to turn out the way that I say it is, but at least I have sound proof, evidence, and reasoning of why I believe what I believe.
All right, let's see who.
I have been called names. My children have been threatened, their lives. Y'all should see my inboxes. My kids' lives have been threatened. The worst, vile, racial things have been said to me. People have been so mad and hated me for telling the truth, when at the end of the day, what I've been saying has been correct. Oh, no, you don't have to apologize for what's happened to me. I'm okay, though. I don't worry about it. I'm just letting y'all know how deep this gets. I don't come on here to just say what I say for awe and shock and troll value. Let me let y'all in on a little secret. When I'm on Twitter, I do troll. but I still troll the truth. I'm still trolling the truth. Now I may add a little extra on it and make it funny, or really go at, really antagonize, but I'm trolling technically the truth. You don't know football. You're an idiot. That's why no one watches you. That's why I subscribe to this person and not you. You need to shut your channel down. This guy is an idiot. I can't believe he thinks he's not giving the credit where it's due. Oh my gosh, everything you say is just hate. You're wrong. When can you just admit you were wrong? How did we go from everybody needs to repent 3 weeks ago to everybody shutting up last night? I couldn't find a tour near to save my life last night. Ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't find a tour. You know I was looking for him. You know he was looking for him. I couldn't find one to save my life. I felt empty. I felt like they've left me. My gosh, I loved her and she left me. I couldn't find one to save my life last night. You know why? Because they're not going to humble themselves. They're not going to say, dang, TD, man, I gave you all this resistance, but you were right. They're not going to do any of that. They never will. They're just going to keep on. See, this is the sad part. Some people have told me, I'll never listen to you again because you're wrong about Tua. And I'm going to listen to this person because they're right. Just because they share the same narrative. And now I'm hearing out of those same people's mouth, dang, I was wrong about Tua. He ain't it. But they still ain't going to ever listen to me again. You see that? You see that pride? They still ain't gonna ever listen to me again. They gonna still just listen to that other person because now it gives them comfort to be wrong together. And I don't have an issue with that, but I'm calling those people out. Look at how you live your life in the relationships in your life. Just because somebody have a difference of opinion, same thing with politics out here, man. Regardless of what party you are. I remember in the elections and stuff, there's people who represent different parties in the same family that don't even talk to each other no more just because of that. Like, what have we come to? What have we come to? This is sad. But we have to start taking our own self-accountability. But unfortunately, I'm wise enough to know it ain't gonna matter. See, this team is the type of team that'll actually go out there and shock us all and beat Buffalo next week. Tua throw for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and all the delusion is back. And stronger than ever. That's how this works. And I'm not trying to set it up to, oh, he about to do that and TD just hedging his bet. I don't even care at this point. I know what he is. I've been what he was, and I've been telling y'all what he was. But that's exactly the type of team we have and the type of situation we're in, because it's called being good enough not to be good enough. This man has had 4 big games in his career, and he's now 0-4. At some point, he got to win 1 at least. And people going to forget, it's still 1-5 or 1-6. That don't mean we turned the corner. We have our first copay of the evening. Patient Scott Blakely with the copay. Scott said, TD, as a Bills fan, I am a huge fan of yours. As a fan of football, Fins fans are very lucky to have you. I appreciate that, Scott. That means a lot. But let me tell you something, Scott. It's for me. Bye, baby. Love you. Let me tell you something, Scott. I ain't gonna let these people shake me, and I appreciate you making that comment. Because now I'm accused in our community. Bills fans love TD. That tells you all you need to know. He's not a real fan. It's sad. The narrative, they keep trying to take me down, but they can't. And the reason why they can't, because of this almost 24,000 people that got my back, that subscribe to this channel. And they don't like that. We have another copay. We got a copay for $10 from Jonah Paritsky. Jonah said, how do we salvage the season? Tua has limitations, but there are things we can do to get this offense back on track. I will be at the game in Buffalo. Win or lose, it will be a great tailgate. I'm glad you paid that copay so I could read that, because let me pull this up. Now, I know I've been trying to do my little drawing board illustration lately, so I'm going to try to give y'all a little illustration of what's been going on, because... Oh, okay, you leaving? All right, love you, be safe. Sorry, y'all, the wife heading out with the baby. I have to talk about, I'm going to stop and pause for a little bit and talk about what you said, Jonah, because it's loaded and it has to be explained, okay? How do we salvage the season? I'm going to say something right here that Dolphin fans are not going to like. And it's going to be hard to swallow. Some of you will detest this and say, no. Salvaging the season isn't up to us. We are not the team that can impose our will whenever we want to on anyone like the Eagles are out here doing. Salvaging our season depends on our opponents. The Chargers could have came out yesterday and played their typical defense, and we would have won that game. I've watched film on the Chargers throughout the week, 2 in the morning. They do deploy a lot of man, but they give cushion a lot. Keep everything in front of them. They came out, and did you hear the coach's interview for the Chargers? He said the 49ers film had no implication on what we did. We didn't take anything. We watched the 49ers film. What they did is backed up their linebackers to close those lanes and make them tighter and make certain throws at them. That's one way to beat us. He said we didn't do that. We just asked our cornerbacks to play man press coverage a lot.
Let's go. Give me them 3.
If you've been on this channel, and there's 2 ways that you can stop this offense. If you've been on this channel long enough, who's been telling y'all that? I ain't been telling y'all drop the linebackers. I haven't been saying that. But who been telling y'all, you get a real team that runs man coverage, bump and run.
Don't care about that.
Send pressure. Tua's going to look like absolute trash.
3 here,
and I've also
or...
have been telling y'all, lucky us, teams don't do it.
What else?
Why do you think every Sunday I'm watching the game and people say I'm trying to diminish us by doing this, but I'm trying to point something out? Why do you think every Sunday for the first 10 games, I'm calling the game, yep, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. They in zone coverage again, this should be easy. They in zone coverage again, this should be easy. They in man, but they give it cushion, we should eat.
I should get that.
Who's been telling y'all, because y'all asked the question one time, how would you game plan against this offense, CD? I don't think anybody can stop it. And I told you, man press coverage, get in the receiver's face, put your hands on them, delay their routes, Tua in trouble because he's a spot thrower. Oh, you hating, he ain't no spot thrower. It's his anticipation and his accuracy and his awareness to throw guys open. I'm like, oh my God, they practice. And Mike McDaniel has taught him how to be a pre-snap genius, but he is a post-snap train wreck. So pre-snap, that's why we do motion a lot. You send the guy in motion, Tua looks, somebody's following them, it's man coverage. I'm gonna try to slip the guy on the wheel route or get my whatever. If it's nobody following him, it's zone coverage. My guy should slip behind and he should be wide open right there. I'm gonna put the ball right there.
I should be making these.
Just like we practice, put it there. Where is he? Where is he? Yes, we
Facts.
connected. Go. But the coach said we played a lot of man press to bring the timing off, and sometimes we would show man press, and then we would back out, or sometimes we would show zone, and then we would cover those throwing lanes.
26,000.
Because they are starting to figure out that Tua Tagovailoa is a spot thrower. He's not this anticipation thrower, this throwing the guy open. Oh, it's just such great accuracy.
35, 34. He's got to go next. 35, 34.
You're being fooled. Anybody in the NFL can. If Tyreek running a slant across the middle, and you're sending somebody in the flat, and you got an end linebacker. Any quarterback in the NFL can hike the ball, look at that linebacker, and if the linebacker go in the flat, throw it right where the linebacker was, and Tyreek will catch it on the run. Or if he stays there, hit the flat. Anybody in the NFL can do that. And that's what this offense has been. And now, with man coverage, it ain't no...
Enables experienced haulers to upgrade to technicians during automatic repair workstations during on downtime. No, I need that. What does this do? Reduce comfort. Enable haulers to upgrade to super haulers. That's what I need.
So if we
Super
go
haulers.
like that versus Bills Mafia, and they run heavy zone with high safeties, we gonna eat them alive. If they get in our face, man, jam, and roll coverage and get in lane, we're gonna get destroyed. It's not up to us. It's up to what they play. The Chargers defense is ranked the 26th in the NFL. Those guys were most of them were third stringers. That's what y'all don't know. Some of them guys that played corner last night were legitimate third stringers. I'm not telling you the starter was out and they were second stringers. They were third stringers. And they asked their corners, if you get beat, you get beat. Just like the Tyreek pass for the touchdown. He got beat because he failed. He was actually in good position. Because Tyreek had to slightly slow down and get the ball. If he never tripped, that would have been batted down or even picked. That's the point. What type of defense will the opponent play? That's all that matters. Oh, and people sending me these stats 3 weeks ago because I told y'all Tua's trash in man coverage. Oh, the stats came out. Tua's actually number 1 in the NFL. He's actually number 1 in the NFL in man coverage. I'm not talking about when they give you zone all day. And then you have an automatic run situation where they man up on the outside. You fake the handoff, somebody blow their assignment, and it's man coverage and you hit him. He has one of the lowest sample sizes in man coverage this year of any quarterback. Tua has literally one of the smallest sample sizes of man coverage against him. One of the smallest. And I said, don't worry. When you run into a team that deploys that man scheme and rolls coverage on a consistent basis, and I ain't talking, and once again, y'all heard me say this for the last 2 years. I'm not talking about man coverage 7 yards, 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. I'm talking about these guys were Tyreek Hill.
24 idle workstations, 24.
I'm right here. Yeah, let's go.
So let's...
Putting their hands on. You saw Tyreek and Waddle getting rerouted all day, but I told y'all this.
Still didn't get it.
GD, if you're a defensive coordinator, how would you game plan against this offense? I don't think anybody could stop it. Man-to-man bump and run. Don't forget the bump part. Screw their timing up. Screw the timing up.
I can't do nothing else.
Because Tua is a timing spot thrower. He goes off of what he does in practice. All day in practice. Like, that's why. This is what I've been telling y'all too. Tell me I'm wrong. How many times have I told y'all Tua will hike the ball, look right, just before the safety, and he already throwing. Ain't even look to see what's going on over here. Don't even know if the safety came down here to jump around. He don't know nothing. He just faking mechanics, looking at the safety, bringing him over, or the linebacker, and already firing the ball. Don't even know what's over there. And we got a lot of completions that way because it's timing. It's timing route. He knows my guy should be right there in that spot. Hey. He's been doing that for the longest. He's been doing it for the longest. This ain't nothing new. And when you got a guy who's just putting it in the spot because his receiver should be there at that time, all you got to do is disrupt the timing. Hike that ball, punch Tyreek and Waddle in the chest for 2 seconds because you can put your hands on them in the first 5 yards. Just don't tug. You can push, you can hit, you can bump in the first 5 yards all you want. Just do that, they're going to be a second off. That's why all his passes are misfired. This is what I tell y'all, why I tell you he's not reading the field. He's not post-snap reading the field. And I don't want to hear nothing about no drop passes. They drop passes because they're trying to make heroic passes because the passes are off with the timing because they're not getting to their spot quick enough. But y'all got to realize, you shouldn't want receivers to have to get to a spot at a certain time. You need a quarterback that regardless of if they get bumped off the spot or not, you can adjust the throw to meet them where they are. You see how that works? That's real quarterback play. If I'm throwing a go route and I hike the ball and I see you stumble at first, I'm going to put a little bit more air into it because you're not going to get to that spot with the timing that we practice. You stumbled a little, so you're behind about a second. But that ain't too hike. Go, get to, you stumbling. Overthrow. It's not how it works. You got to evaluate what's happening on the field. You got to see if your guy is in trajectory to get to that spot in time. And he's not reading that because he can't read that. They have turned a slow blinker into a timing guy. That's what you have to do with slow blinkers. They know you can't process the field real time. So you got to put him in a situation where the play calls for perfect timing. And as long as you disrupt the timing, he's going to always look bad. And thank you. Let me put that
Might be spread out a little too much.
I'll get to some more super chats. But let me put that comment on the screen real quick. Because this is what people don't understand. They call me a hater for this. Man, where is it? I gotta find it. Thank you. TD been saying this before Tua was drafted. Why? Because I went and watched the college film. In the best defensive games he's played against. I went and watched the college film. And I had this evaluation before we even drafted him. But I automatically got labeled a hater right away. Because I had this evaluation of his shortcomings. So I had to live with that hater stigma. That's fine. I'm good with it now. Because I know I'm spot on. I got you, baby. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me help my wife move this wagon real quick. Camera probably out of the way.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, Phil. Thank you.
All right, I'll check the camera.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's fine. Thank you. Y'all be safe, okay? Sorry about that, y'all. Thank y'all for your patience. You what? You got my wallet? All right, baby, behave yourself, please. She going Target, Lord Jesus. But yes, man. Yeah, man. This ain't nothing new. This ain't a new situation. We woke up today, and now we're having these new issues that need to be addressed. It was always dependent on the defense. I've been telling y'all this. I've been telling y'all this. It's always been dependent on the team we play and how they deploy their defense. So the season salvaging it is going to be dependent on what the other teams do to us. Are they smart and wise, or are they dumb, boo-boo-boo? Tua has limitations, but there are things we can do to get this back, offense back on track. What do we need to do? I'll answer that too. Okay, what do we need to do to have a better outcome? Everybody watching the stream, all 452 of you, and 300 of y'all that didn't hit the like button. Hit the like button, please. Hear me. And hear me clearly. Hear me and hear me clearly. About to educate you on something that you want to continuously ignore. What can we do to get this offense back on track? It's simple. Tua has to play better. Let me tell you what I mean. In a game like that, what we have to come to the realization of is he was going to struggle. There weren't many receivers open in the game. There weren't supposed to be many receivers open in the game. It's man coverage, press. But when they do give you an opportunity, even when rare, you gotta take advantage of it. You want the perfect example? Go look at Herbert last night. I don't care what none of y'all say. Herbert's O-line was worse than ours last night.
Mm-hmm. Sure was.
Herbert's O-line was absolutely worse than ours last night. Some of you may have not paid attention to it. That O-line was worse than ours last night. Herbert was running for his life. He was getting whacked on at almost every play. Now, he looked like a god with pocket presence last night, escaping it all most of the time. We still got to him. But Christian Wilkins by himself obliterated their whole O-line. Then Jalen Phillips by himself later in the game started obliterating his O-line. That O-line was worse than ours. Our cornerbacks actually played some tight coverage at times. But that's where you see who the real ones are and who the fake ones are. That's where you find out the real ones from the fake ones. Herbert's O-line was trash. The separation with the receivers weren't there all night. They were making catches where I'm like, well, ain't nothing the corner could have did. It is what it is. We all over their back trying to stop them, but the ball is perfectly placed. All you got to do is go to one play that'll describe the Dolphins. Mike Gesicki coming across the middle. Where the quarterback knocked the ball out of Gesicki's hand. Why did he knock the ball out of his hand? Because when he was running the route, Tua's ball was behind him and he had to reach back with the corner looking him right in the face. Oh, you're this close to me? Literally, reaching back for him, got his hands on him, but it's easily knocked out. You can't say Gesicki got to make that play. He reaching back, got his hands on it, knocked out, because you got to put it in front. Catch, tackle. That's what we were doing to them. They would catch it and we would tackle them. Herbert's passes were 5 yards and beneath. And G-Rich, what's your point? They were on the money.
You want to go look at Tua's passes 5 and beneath? Trash. Missing people in the flat. Terrible ball placement. And missed me with that 5 and beneath. You seen that pass with Mike Williams on X? You seen the next pass with Mike Williams deep on X? Dimes. In stride. On the run. You see them sideline toe tappers with that cannon? Bro, don't sit here and make excuses today. You saw a real G last night.
He saw a real G, nigga.
With a trash O-line in front of him.
You saw a real G last night, homie.
Quarterback helping carry his team. You saw a guy carrying his team. And on the other side of the ball, you saw guys trying to carry their quarterback, just couldn't do it. They couldn't even carry him enough. And that brings me to this argument. This was my argument from day one with the Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, Brady, all of that crap, right? This was my argument day one. You need to get a quarterback that can make people around them better and hide their inefficiencies versus trying to go get everything around the one guy. The Chargers got 5 guys on their O-line that looked like absolute boo-boo last night.
Where we going?
Herbert made them look good. Herbert made them look like they were enough. You see how that worked? As much blown assignments and just one-on-one losses, Herbert made them enough. Yeah. Give me a second here. My bad. Colin Cowherd going off right now. Can't wait to see what he got to say. He been on money, Skip been on the money about Tua. But I know these guys, people hate them. But just like me, there's logic behind what they be saying. Anyway, man, Jonah, thanks for the copay. Hopefully I answered your question very well. And
Let's see what Colin Hurd saying.
What I worry about, though, with Justin Herbert is the Chargers. Will he become the Nolan Ryan of the NFL? An iconic and beloved, awe-inspiring flamethrower. And then after all those years, slightly above 500 with some really cool records. That's what I worry about. With Tua, I wonder if he can stay healthy. With Herbert, I wonder, will his franchise screw him over? That's the kind of talent he is. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Brains, A+. He was a 4.2 biology major who became a tutor. Arm, A+. Size, A+. Temperament, A+. Listen, I got nothing against Tua. There's a reason the Dolphins tried to trade him for Deshaun Watson, sat him behind Ryan Fitzpatrick, and wanted to get rid of him for 44-year-old Tom Brady. Coaching can really elevate a player to or disintegrate a quarterback, and we've seen that with Andrew Luck. I find myself with Herbert doing this, crossing my fingers. God, Chargers, get him a legit head coach, get him an offensive head coach, get him a great staff. Somebody please draft a right tackle. That's all I worry about. Brandon Staley after the impressive win.
Justin was fantastic tonight. He definitely led the way for our team. I thought he played with great energy tonight. That really affected his teammates in a positive way. Just made a lot of winning plays, really good decisions throughout the game. And, when you have all your weapons, we're going to get DP back next week, so I'm not going to say all of them, but, when you get Mike back in this movie, it looks different. It feels different. There's just more available to you.
I don't know what to make of Brandon Staley. I thought they had a very good game plan last night. Miami was beat up on the back end. I don't think he's an awful coach, but I do think when you get a Justin Herbert or a Patrick Mahomes or a Joe Burrow or a Josh Allen, a pretty good coach is probably not where you want to land. You want to get him an Andy Reid. You want to get him a Sean Payton. You want to get him somebody that's on the right side of the ball and next level. Because Justin Herbert, that is a once-in-a-franchise player. All right, the Cowboys...
Once-in-a-franchise player. What does that mean?
And so, the way this industry works is Cowboys win, they're great. Cowboys lose, they're terrible. Cowboys win, barely, they're... No. Dak Prescott, his record, when he's asked to throw 35 times or more, is 16-24.
All right, so that's going to be...
When Patrick Mahomes is asked to throw 35 times or more, he's 43-15.
26. It's going to be 35.
They're playing the same position. They're not
they took that one out.
For Dak, for Kirk Cousins, for Tua, you can't ask him to throw 39 times. That's just not what they are. That's why I won't bury the Cowboys today for their performance against Houston, and why I didn't buy into the Avalanche last week. What the Cowboys didn't get yesterday was a great Micah Parsons day. They didn't have a sack. They didn't get a phenomenal CD Lamb game. And so they needed more from Dak. And that's not who Dak is. He's a B-plus quarterback. I mean, Houston's the worst team in the league. They were down 2 corners, had a rookie safety, and the other guys playing were backups. Dak had 2 picks. Dak takes it to another level when somebody is great. Mike is great. Zeke is great. Pollard's great. CeeDee Lamb is great. And then he can ride that wave to a victory. It's all circumstantial. Similar with Kirk Cousins. He won in Buffalo. Remember that game he won in Buffalo a few weeks ago? Who was great? Justin Jefferson may have had the game of the year for a wide receiver. It doesn't work that way for Joe Burrow. Jamar Chase was hurt. He won. Oh, Joe Mixon's hurt. Star back. He won. Oh, they're both out. He won again. His O-line's terrible. He got to a Super Bowl. I don't go high and low on the Cowboys. They're an Adam Sandler film. You know, I kind of know what I'm getting. Not going to win an Oscar. Some are better than others. Sometimes you're like, uncut gems. That's pretty good. And there are times you watch and you're like, yeah, 8 minutes in, they don't have a storyline. But a movie theater CEO like Sandler greenlit it and they can't make any money. I don't get high. I don't get low. If you're asking Dak to throw 39 times and he doesn't get a great game from the defense and a lot of sacks, and this is what it looks like. This is exactly what it looks like. Here's Dak after.
I've got to find a way to take better care of the ball. But yeah, damn right, it's frustrating. And that's not something that I've ever been okay with and never will be okay with. But I'm not going to not be aggressive. I damn sure have got to be smarter and just weigh the risk versus the reward in a split second. And that's just part of my preparation. It's something that I promise I'll clean up.
We said this. There's 2 seasons in the NFL. There is pre-Thanksgiving. A lot of quarterbacks look great. Not a lot of film on them. They've got a new coach like Tua. The weather is warm. A lot of home games. Bad opponent. Then there's post-Thanksgiving. Gets a little cold. Gets a little windy. Gets a little chilly. Everybody's got film. And for those quarterbacks, oh, your left tackle's missing. And your right tackle's missing. And your tight end's missing. This is the separation of posers and players. Now guys are hurt. Now the team needs you to throw 39 times, Dak. Now Tua, not everybody's healthy on the back end, and you make it into a shootout. This weekend was the great example. Ryan Tannehill exposed, Trevor Lawrence through the roof. The real talents are winning this weekend. Mahomes won. Josh Allen won. Herbert won. Burrow won. And by the way, we'll talk about
workstation broken. Oh, okay.
The holiday season of giving is also a season of taking, unfortunately, for cyber criminals. We're all online more. I was online this weekend, probably like you, making some Christmas gift orders on Amazon. Identity thieves looking to cash in. Here's some tips. Only use secure sites. Apps from retailers you trust. Create strong passwords. Check your bank and credit accounts for fraud regularly. Important to understand how cybercrime works. LifeLock by Norton.
Ooh, coffins. Nope, 3,000.
People take out loans in your own name. They'll be monitored.
It's trash.
They'll have a dedicated
4,000.
U.S.-based restaurant.
When you get a chip in your windshield, trust Safeway. This couple was headed to the farmer's market. When they got a chip, they drove to Safeway for a same-day repair. And with their insurance, it was no cost to them. That's service the way you need it.
Safe like repair, safe like replace. All the snow just melts away when I'm with you.
Let me start preparing for this, because what am I gonna need? Let's see, we need that. We need
Shop Pandora Jewelry and receive a free limited edition bracelet as our special gift to you.
so 4.
Next time you order 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for $6.99 each, you could be in for a shock. Because Domino's is now delivering pizza with new electric vehicles across the country. With over 100 EVs on the road today and hundreds more to come. It's good for pizza delivery and better for the planet. You're good. I'm great.
Let's see, what is that?
As long as Canberra's breathing, none of us are safe. You've lied to me one too many times. Finish it.
No, which one is that? Do I not? I don't even have that machine, huh? Let me see. I got 2. It says I got 2. Where is it? Is it this one? Yeah. So that's... No, that's not the one I need. I need that one. What machine is that one?
Because the only thing dripping should be your style. Plop, plop, Biz Biz. With Alka-Seltzer Plus cold and flu relief. Also try for busy, fast cough relief.
Which one is it? Oh, this one. Oh, okay. I need 3.
How much pressure is there on Dallas? Are they good enough to win the division? That lands on Dak Prescott. He's going to make or break your season. This is a fascinating season for Trevor Lawrence. Now we're starting to see truly who did they draft 1 overall. The NFL, Sunday on Fox. Home of Super Bowl 57. Points for impact. It's Friday Night SmackDown on Fox. As the baddest superstars on the planet are unleashed in prime time. All new Friday Night SmackDown, sponsored by Progressive at 8 Eastern on Fox. Colin Unfiltered is brought to you by Jersey Mike Socks. Be a sub above.
Mike White is not only better than Zach Wilson, he's a lot better. The players like him, the coaches like him, the fans are chanting his name. Even Zach on the sideline, sulking, hoodie over his head, didn't want to be there. It kind of confirms that he's a bad teammate.
3.
At some point, you as a quarterback, a young quarterback, you have to check at least some of the boxes. You're big, you're resilient, you've got maturity, you're a leader, you're noticeably improving. Zach doesn't check any of those. He's got a decent
A lot of people not doing anything.
You're like a kicker, you got a decent leg. That's the least I need. He can throw a ball. Mike White is better than Zach Wilson. I don't care what round he was taken in. He's better. He's a significantly more accurate quarterback. He's got better poise. He makes fewer mistakes. I thought, you can't bench Zach Wilson. You'll ruin him. What's it matter? He's the second best quarterback in the franchise. I look at these two and I'm like, I just think Mike White's better. I think he throws a better ball. Easy can't be hard for quarterbacks. Zach Wilson, the easy stuff seems so hard, so labor-intensive. I think the Jets have a quarterback, just the guy you drafted in the 5th round. So what? Dak was in the 4th round. Kirk Cousins was in the 4th round. Brady was in the 6th round. So what? Maybe in New York, because of Joe Namath, their history, they're looking for flash. Eli Manning, the Manning name. Maybe we're looking for flash from the Jets at quarterback. I get it. I don't know. I look at Mike White, 5th rounder, and I'm like, with that defense, you can make the playoffs with Mike White. With that defense? With those special teams? Why not?
We're not doing too bad. Let's make this look pretty.
Post-Thanksgiving, you really figure out what quarterbacks can play is because everybody's all beat up. And so you don't have all your players like September and October. You're missing a left tackle, you're missing a center, you're missing a guard, you're missing a second tight end. And so, Tua now's in a shootout, doesn't have all his pieces. He's really average. Geno Smith doesn't have a run game. They're all beat up. He's really average. You could argue he got outplayed by Sam Darnold yesterday. So a lot of people in this league look great in September. Bill Belichick's the best football coach ever. His worst month has always been September. Okay, the great quarterbacks, the great players are overcomers. And for most of Brady's life, he made the most of average running backs outside of, Gronk and Aaron Hernandez, average tight ends, and very average wide receivers. He can't do that anymore. He is no longer able to overcome an average offensive line and an average defensive head coach. He can't. It's why the San Francisco 49ers, who bludgeoned him yesterday, are so darn appealing. They'd be an easy look.
I see you like manual labor, lots of manual labor. What is this? Some sweatshop? Something like that?
Josh Allen just makes stuff happen. Aaron Rodgers and Brady, more Tom than Aaron, no longer can just overcome. And in fact, they often look really, really bad if they don't have everything in place or a lot of support. Brady never had great weapons in New England. It's a myth. The Moss years were quick. But he elevated everybody. Those days are over. He misses throws in the end zone that are easy touchdowns. He can't elevate people. If he faces pressure, have you noticed Brady is best now late in games often when they go into a prevent defense? Yeah, Tim Tebow crushed it then. Andy Dalton can roll then. Everybody in the league can complete passes. This is not a shot at Baker Mayfield. He looked great on the last drive of the game. People are in prevent. They're trying to not give up a big play. It's a little bit easier. So from this point forward, Tom needs to rely on others, which feels a little unbecoming for a GOAT. He's moving into the go down to Florida when you become a seniors phase. Little easier life. That's what Tom's becoming. A goat to a snowbird. He needs to move somewhere where it's a little easier lift. He can still put in the hours, but the escapability, what he had, is down. It's just not there anymore. He's no longer an overcomer.
What am I missing?
By the way, smart players, all these sports.
Wow, you gotta be kidding me.
I'm going to bring KD in. I don't have to drop 38 a night. Steph Curry's figured it out. Jordan Poole, take your shots, young man. Scored 20. I don't want to do all the heavy lifting. A lot of athletes, they want to be the star. I think Tom gets it. This is maybe a bridge or a transition year where he's lost his fastball clearly and doesn't have support. Next year he can look much better, but he has moved out of the overcoming stage. Aaron Rodgers has as well. but he's got a little bit more in the tank. Here's Tom after.
Everyone's got to play better, but, you know, we're just not playing. We just have not played consistently well very often. We haven't played it for 4 quarters. We played it a little bit at times, not today at all.
I love Tom, but there are stages for all athletes, and he's moved into a different one. That's why the Niners, again, are so appealing to him going forward. Jay Mack and a Monday with the news.
But they don't want him. Then nobody wants Brady. Like, everyone sees that he's done. No one wants a quarterback that can't throw down the field. There's just no point. This is...
Destroyed the Giants, as we told you what happened on Friday, 48-22. Jalen Hurts, obviously the MVP leader, 3 total touchdowns. Miles Sanders, 144 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. Philadelphia just decided we're going to beat you with the run, or we're going to beat you with the pass. We got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith looks good.
Most people picked them to win the division, and we knew it wasn't a great division, but they're playing right now. They're playing downhill. They are playing downhill. They're getting leads.
Is this literally what we just did?
Or worse, and they are just doing everything right. His ascension is obvious, but it's not going to be this easy in the playoffs.
Okay, yes, I'm with you. So you see these stats on the screen. They basically lead the NFL in every category that matters. Yeah. Colin, we said this before the season started. The schedule really lined up for these guys.
No, we did. You did. Okay. We said it. This 13 wins wasn't crazy. They were going to face a bunch of bad quarterbacks, many in their own division.
Yes. I don't want Eagles fans to take this the wrong way. I think the Eagles are good. Definitely Super Bowl worthy. Hurts MVP. That being said, look at their schedule. Who they beat. 4 teams that currently have a winning record. Okay? Minnesota in week 2 at home. Cooper Rush in Dallas. Tennessee a couple weeks ago. We know Tennessee's very fraudulent.
Right now they're
beat up, shaky. They're not.
They've lost a lot.
And the other team is the Giants, who stink. We know this. So I'm not poking holes in Philly. I'm just saying, as you noted, in the playoffs, it's going to be you're going to face good teams.
Yeah. The downside, you see this in college sports. The downside to blowing through your schedule is when you get into a close game and you haven't been in many. Yeah. Even if you lead, you can get really tight. That is the advantage. We said this last year. Stafford was in a really tough division. He'd been in so many close games. By the time the Rams got into close playoff games, Cincinnati, Tampa Bay, San Francisco, well, the Rams had been in 8 close games. And so the danger in rolling over a bad division, and let's face it, the Giants teams is there is a skill in playing close games. Kansas City now and Cincinnati are both benefiting from playing each other. Those are playoff games. Buffalo, Cincinnati, or Buffalo, Kansas City. Those feel like regular season playoff games. Yeah. You need those, because that's what playoff football is.
I don't know exactly when this matchup is, the Eagles-Cowboys rematch, but basically that's going to tell you everything you need to know about Philadelphia, more than anything they've done this season. And that's not a knock on Philly. All right, moving on. Kansas City Chiefs, Colin. This was a tough one.
Weird.
They led 27-0. I'm kicking myself for not betting on the Chiefs. Like 27-0.
So I was sitting there thinking, I was told to bet, and I didn't.
Yeah, and then Denver stormed back. Jerry Jeudy, I don't know if you saw him flip out.
Yeah.
He was like somebody wound him up, and he was so worked up he bumped into a ref. And they didn't throw the flag on him or kick him out or anything. At any rate, nice comeback behind Russell Wilson and whoever the backup quarterback is. We'll talk about Russ in a sec. But Mahomes, 3 interceptions, tied a career high. He did have 3 touchdowns, 350 yards. Chiefs win, do not cover. Colin, what do you make of Mahomes here? Off the Bengals loss, and
we said this. This is going to be a productive team, and they still are, but it's going to look different. And Tyreek Hill tilted the field, so it's harder for them. They don't get any easy touchdowns. It's almost like if the Yankees didn't sign Aaron Judge, they'd still win games, but there's no 3-run blasts every other night. So they don't get the easy stuff. And when your drives are longer and your receivers are not as good and you have to press and the guy's not as open, and it's just, this is the downside to losing. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams. Devontae's still having a great season.
9.
But it's different when you're throwing to Alan Lazard, and Alan Lazard has no separation. Or you throw it up
25.
to Alan Lazard, and the corner wins the battle instead of Devontae. So I think it's hard for Aaron or Mahomes when you lose a once in a decade talent. The quarterback feels it too, not just the receiver.
It's weird. Buffalo kind of struggled a bit yesterday against my Jets. We'll get to the Chiefs. I don't know. Is this a struggle when you're up 27-0 and then you kind of have to hold on for the? I don't know what to make of this.
I think it's a W, and I do credit teams like Dallas or Kansas City that had bad halves and won. It's hard to win in this league. Really hard.
Okay. All right. And finally, let's talk about the New York Jets. Mike White. My guy. I got to ride Mike White now. This guy is incredible. Look at the hits he took.
Oh, he got crushed.
I mean, you know, he went to the hospital via ambulance right after the game to check out, make sure there's no, like, kidney lacerations. This dude is a warrior. And I'll tell you, Mike White won fans around the league. Not just football fans, but people in the league are like, this dude is tough.
I think the question's going to be for Joe Douglas. Can you own the fact that you do have a franchise quarterback? It appears it's just the other guy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, 3 games and last season, but a franchise quarterback may be strong. But I'll tell you this, and I said it to you between the break. I would, based on what I've seen, I would take Mike White as my quarterback going forward over Tua in a heartbeat. Like, and that's not a knock on Tua, who's done well with his options.
Mike's a much bigger player.
Dude, he's got no offensive line. They're down to their number 7 offensive tackle. The guys are just dropping like flies. So he got destroyed. Yeah. And what was scary was the Bills were only rushing 4, and they were still
So do you think, and maybe I'm being hyperbolic here. I say he's a franchise quarterback. I guess this is my point. Next year, if you told me week 1 starter, I would go with White over Zach.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Zach's a franchise guy. This is weird. Maybe he would be in 4 years.
The real question, Colin, is: have you seen enough that you would not pursue a Derek Carr, a Jimmy Garoppolo?
No. I would pursue them.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think I guess I'm being a little hyper. What I'm saying is, but of the 2 guys, Flacco's not a guy. He's done.
No. Yeah.
But of the 2 guys, this guy's bigger and more accurate.
No. He's the guy.
He's the guy. If I couldn't get Derek Carr. By the way, Derek Carr is the guy I would go after. If I can't, I'd start the season with him. I just don't think. I think Zach's
area affected 0.
He's not emotionally ready for Pro Bowl to New York. I don't feel he's a franchise guy. I didn't when he came out of college.
The teammates love this guy. Some of the comments in the locker room afterward. This guy's tough as nails. He will take any hit. And Colin, he's making great throws on some of these hits. Like, I'm talking outside the numbers, really tough throws. And I'm not going to knock him, but, you know, Jimmy Garoppolo ain't making some of these throws Mike White's making. We like Jimmy Garoppolo, but look at the numbers from the Niners. Kyle Shanahan keeps it simple, middle of the field. Yeah. Mike White throwing deep. Some of this, I'm going overboard here, but he looked incredible. I got people around the league texting me, you guys have a quarterback.
Well,
and they're serious. Mike White looks the part. It is a small sample, but this ain't the, this ain't the Bears or the Vikings, Colin.
What I honestly love is your passion is so genuine. You care. I have no problem with it. Every sportscaster I've known has a team.
Yeah.
And they try to, and that team, it's, you know, like, we try to be objective around the teams, right? But then, like, USC football for me, I got a soft spot because I know a lot of people around there.
It's gotta
and for
be
the
it.
Jets, I always think you're totally objective. For the Jets,
There we go.
take all of your bias and it goes into this Jets tunnel. And I like it.
Garrett Wilson, wide receiver number 1 next year. I mean, he's a superstar. Sauce Gardner, number 1 quarterback.
Superstar.
Okay, not superstar. He's a budding star, Garrett Wilson.
Okay. A superstar is Justin Jefferson.
You want me to get hyperbolic real quick? No. How about this? The Jets are starting to look like the San Francisco 49ers. Look, build a strong defense. Okay. I know you're going to laugh. Running game, okay, right. Quarterback makes the throws.
Okay. Okay. It was a good effort and a loss.
Hey, the Bills had their fewest yards this season. The Jets have now outgained the Bills and Vikings.
He doesn't like.
All right.
Just the facts, big guy.
Lost both of them.
They did. They're baby steps.
J-Mac with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Live
Where Colin was right, where Colin was wrong. Next hour. So, you know, I was watching that Niners game, and, you know, Fox cut away from it. It was so bad. How often do you cut away from a Brady game? But usually when you go to your backup quarterback, like Mahomes to Chad Henne, you take plays out of the playbook. Herbert to Chase Daniel, you take plays out of the playbook. Garoppolo gets hurt. Brock Purdy comes in. They didn't take anything out of the playbook. It's the same playbook with more mobility. It was 16 to 21, 180 yards. That's Garoppolo's line. Couple of touchdowns, no picks. He's Garoppolo with better mobility. Even the play calling was the same stuff. In fact, there were 2 throws up the sideline. I don't think they've asked Jimmy to make those. So San Francisco did not change gears here. It's the same gear. The fifth tire in the trunk wasn't a spare. It was the same size tire. And maybe San Francisco's known this all along. This is not a spare tire. They had a full-size fifth tire in the trunk. When I watch the Niners, I see no change at all from Kyle Shanahan to the play calling. So after a couple of games, one start and a couple of games, the numbers to me, we look at them this morning, look a lot like Jimmy Garoppolo. And, I also think there's this, is that Kyle Shanahan, this is crazy, is on his third quarterback. Because they wanted to start Trey Lance, right? That's why they gave up picks. That's why they wouldn't give Jimmy Garoppolo a playbook in the offseason. They wanted to start Trey Lance. Gets hurt. Remember, he started the season. Okay, it's Jimmy Garoppolo. Gets hurt. And I do wonder that if Kyle Shanahan's sitting there thinking, listen, I'm going to let it go a little bit. I'm down to my third quarterback. It's all, we're playing with house money. I'm on a third quarterback. Because when they were leading 21-0 before half with Garoppolo, you would just sit down, run it, and get to the locker room. And then Brock Purdy throws a pick. He gets a little bit of an officiating break. They get it back, and they still throw it down the field to Brandon Ayuk. And it's like, I don't know, that's more aggressive than they would have been with Jimmy Garoppolo. So Christian McCaffrey after the game, and the kid is loved in the locker room. You're hearing Trent Williams. You're hearing Fred Warner. You're hearing Kittle. They're all like, we love him. He's barking at guys. Here's Christian McCaffrey after the game.
Yeah, he's an impressive guy. It's fun to be around. He's I think to play quarterback in this league, you have to be very intelligent. And for a rookie to come in and process this offense and do everything by the book, but then add his own flair to it is very impressive. So I'm excited for him, excited to keep playing with him. And, I love that guy.
Now, obviously, the Deebo Samuel injury is gutting. It's an ankle, could be a high ankle, we don't know. And McCaffrey's had injury issues, and Deebo's hurt again, and George Kittle has. This is a very, very physical team. But I was talking to a Niner fan yesterday, and he said, I watched him in the preseason. He goes, my takeaway was, it's kind of a gamer. And by the way, nobody thought Garoppolo. I love Garoppolo. I'm a Garoppolo fan. But they don't even throw the ball up the sideline with him. They throw the ball in the middle of the field. He's a distributor. He's way Chris Paul over Steph Curry. You don't get 35-point nights from Chris Paul much anymore. But I watch Brock Purdy, and I always feel that you can tell what a coach thinks about a quarterback by the plays he's willing to call. And in 2 games, I said this last week, he's completing 71% of his throws. 105 passer rating. He started, and here's the thing I like about Brock Purdy. He started in a Power 5 conference, but did not have elite players mostly around him. If you look at the history of the NFL, I wrote about this years and years ago in my first book, is that if you look at the quarterbacks that make it in this league, it's not USC guys, it's not Texas guys, until recently it's not Alabama guys, it's not Ohio State guys. There was a time in this league when there was 3 quarterbacks from Cal and 3 from North Carolina State. It is quarterbacks who in college have to overcome. They don't play with pro wide receivers. They get very used to throwing into smaller windows. If you're Matt Leinart at USC, everybody was open. Everybody was in the box trying to get Reggie Bush and Lendale White. So your receivers get single coverage. That's not a real world. Big Ben didn't go to Ohio State. He went to Miami of Ohio. Aaron Rodgers didn't go to USC. He went to a junior college, then Cal. Russell Wilson, North Carolina State. Wisconsin. Wisconsin's not exactly LSU when it comes to, wide receivers. And so Brock Purdy went to Iowa State. He had Breece Hall, but they didn't have Texas athletes. They didn't have Oklahoma athletes. I'd argue they don't even have TCU athletes most of the time. So he had to overcome, throw in smaller windows. Offensive linemen weren't first-round NFL draft picks. He really is. Now, he's not, you'd like him to be a little bigger and a little bigger arm. But if you look at in the last 20, 25 years, is outside of Peyton Manning, who was a number 1 high school quarterback, number 1 college quarterback, taken number 1. Most of the time, you're drafted Montana in the 3rd round, Brady in the 6th. You played a non-traditional power. And this kid's got some sauce.
Have you seen enough from Mr. Purdy that Jimmy Garoppolo now becomes expendable. Hey, we've got Trey Lance as our guy.
Yes, absolutely. And, by the way,
man.
wait. After the injury,
No.
I kind of felt we knew now that you got to move off Jimmy. Because it's another injury. It's like I say with Anthony Davis. Lakers are clinging to him. If he got hurt again, like, it's over, right? Like, Kawhi Leonard had another major injury. You can like somebody and, like, it's just time. And so what I've seen from Purdy is there's no reason now. You got to go into next year with Brock Purdy and Trey Lance. I don't think I'd bring Tom in at this point. I don't think I would. He's going to be 46.
And both those quarterbacks are on rookie deals, which is huge. You save a lot of salary there.
A ton. I would go, and I'll tell you right now, Brock Purdy, the one thing, he's got two major things over Trey Lance. He's an excellent, accurate thrower. He's also got 4 years of college starts.
Yeah.
And now he's got Niner starts. So the kid's got a lot of reps. And there's nothing you can do. Like I say, I don't love Kenny Pickett, but he started 4 years in college. Kenny Pickett's just taken a lot of big boy snaps in that stadium.
So, I'll put you on the spot. Jimmy Garoppolo, now if we're moving off of him in San Francisco,
Right.
have you given much thought to what happens with him on the market?
If I was the Jets or Giants, especially the Jets, I'd keep Mike White, I'd move off Zach Wilson, I'd bring in Garoppolo, and I think I can win with both with that defense.
So yeah, people are saying Brock Purdy costs Garoppolo money. I don't necessarily think so. There'll be a bidding war on the market for Garoppolo. Like New York Giants are desperate.
Now let's go bidding war.
Yeah. The New York Giants have Daniel Jones and Brian Daboll as their head coach. Daniel Jones is not the guy there.
I wouldn't call it a bidding war for Garoppolo.
I think Garoppolo's going to get paid $25 million a year.
Slow down. Whoa.
Been to a Super Bowl. How many wins does the guy have? All he does is win. The locker room loves it.
He crossed the injury threshold. Like, there's injury-riddled guys, like Anthony Davis. Right now, everybody loves him. One more, and you could trade Anthony Davis right now and get something. A package.
Right.
One more injury, no GM's bringing him in for that price tag.
Mike Vrabel tells his new GM, man, you see my team? You add Jimmy Garoppolo to this? We make the jump to light speed.
Tannehill Garoppolo's a wash. That's why I tell you, Aaron Rodgers is going to Nashville. I think that one's great. I mean, look at Mike Vrabel sitting there, the best coach in his division, and getting his brains beat out.
Oof.
You think he's happy? He's moving off Tannehill. There's no dead cap hit. He's not going to go from Tannehill to Garoppolo. He wants to go uptown. He wants to go and get you know what he's saying? Can I finally have another quarterback? I've been doing this now for years.
How was it? Ron Rivera in Washington. Jimmy Garoppolo?
Oh, I wouldn't. No, if I was Garoppolo, I wouldn't go there. I'd go to an offense.
Right, toxic franchise.
I would go, like Brian Daboll's an offensive coach. He'll get them all.
Jimmy Garoppolo do a lot of commercials in New York City. The ladies love him.
Yeah, whatever. 'Tis the season to save on your wireless bill. Talk about how the holiday season is expensive. Oh, my God, it's switching to better wireless carrier. It'd save you money, baby. Switch today. Save half on your cell phone bill with Consumer Cellular. Award-winning support team. They offer the same coverage as the nation's largest premium carriers with 5G coverage for free. Listen, the last thing you need to worry about is December. Surprises for your monthly bill. Consumer Cellular offers flexible monthly plans. You can add a line to your account anytime for just $15 a month per line. And you can add up to 5 people to your account. You'll find all the top-of-the-line smartphones. Samsung, Motorola, latest iPhone models. Visit consumercellular.com/theherd. Limited time. Get $25 off your whole package when you use the promo code THEHERD.
Look at that freshly sliced turkey at Jersey Mike's. There's some things you just gotta see. Like those lovebirds over there. That's deep eating. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Pacifico is brewed for those who follow their own path. That's living life acres out.
Old Trapper Beefs. Last bag.
funds as soon as the same day.
These chairs, man, working on these chairs.
ShipStation saves us so much time. It makes it really easy and seamless. Pick an order, print everything you need, slap the label onto the box, and it's ready to go.
Our cost for shipping, like, we're cut in half, just like that.
Go to shipstation.com/TV and get 2 months free.
This is a Floyd bed frame. Timeless design, enduring materials, simple to assemble. The Floyd bed frame is perfectly designed for how you live today and in the future. See our entire family of furniture at floydhome.com. When the details take precedence, the rest.
Whew, getting tired.
We strip away everything but the essential. And what we're left with are thoughtful bedrooms for modern living.
I just want to get. I still got some. I got a little bit of time. Probably maybe 2 more. I just want to get this. Where is it at? No. I just want to get this so I can expand to 50 employees. After I get that, I can work on this Santa Claus thing. Work on that. Let's see right now what we're looking like. Eight idled workshops.
From Holiday Hills, Illinois, to Rudolph, Wisconsin. From Santa Claus, Indiana, to Snowflake, Arizona. From Garland, Texas, to North Pole, New York.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Get last minute gifts for $2, $4, $6, and $8. Only at Old Navy and OldNavy.com.
Let me guess. You're here for 5 delicious chili dogs or 5 corn dogs for $7.95.
We'll take 5 corn dogs. And 5 lemonades.
Mix or match 5 chili dogs or corn dogs for $7.95 at Wiener Schnitzel.
We've been friends for so long. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I love you. You didn't use Credible.com for your personal loan, and now you're getting nonstop spam calls.
Yeah.
It's either credible or it's not. Credible.com. Christmas trees dry so hard.
Lights, ornaments, and little choo-choo trains. Come on. The best trees, they kind of only need 2 things. Peanut butter and chocolate. Not sorry. Reese's.
Tires. I only trust Goodyear. So our sketches for Goodyear rubber. Incredible traction.
Oh, I'm getting tired. I'm gonna eat some breakfast. I just wanna get that thing and set up Santa's next contract, and then I'll be done for the day. Maybe not the whole day, but
Every time you order a hot Southern Jersey Mike's, it's grilled fresh. I call it dinner and a show.
Look at that, Susan. The grilled grain free. The Jersey
dude.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
You would take a personal...
Put your glasses back on.
Can I finish? You're willing to take a personal shot at me. To say this man is better than me because I say he's playing bad this year?
Well, because you disrespect him. It's
Oh,
just so... You know what? It's beneath your dignity.
You would disrespect me to support him.
No, well, I'll support him over anybody because he's the greatest player ever played your game, and it's by far. Okay, I'm going to have at it because I'm going to have at you.
Because I'm going to have at you. You're a clown, bro. Alright, is this enough? Oh yeah, looks like we're gonna have enough. Oh, this is easy. It's gonna be easy work, bruh. It's gonna be easy work. 22,000. This is 38. If this is still available. Let's see what's available.
Check in at puma.co.
Ugh, this rental car is so boring to drive.
Let's be honest. The rent-a-car industry is the definition of boring. The reason can be found in the name itself. Rent-a-car? You don't want a friend. You want the friend.
You don't want a job. You want the job. The is always over That's why we don't offer a car. We offer the car. 6. Rent the car.
This is a Floyd bed frame. Timeless design.
No, go back.
Timeless design. Enduring materials. Simple to assemble. The Floyd bed frame is perfectly designed for how you live today and in the future. See our entire family of furniture at floydhome.com.
You put your dreams on hold. Remember this? But I spoke to our advisor, and our Vanguard investments are on track. You got this, babe. So go do what you love. Thanks for being our superhero.
Only at Vanguard, you're more than just an investor. You're an owner, giving you flexibility to follow your dreams. That's the value of ownership.
ButcherBox delivers grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Get free ground beef for life when you sign up.
Running down commercials, bro.
The only non-stick cookware engineered for flavor. Make it exquisite with our patented SearTech surface that holds oil in the center of the pan and caramelizes like cast iron. Make it delicious with our thick edge-to-edge steel base that retains heat and sears evenly. Make it with cookware designed to bring out every nuance and every flavor.
Get 30% off plus free shipping at EnelonX.com.
Spice up the holidays with Outback's new Smoke and Spice menu, starting at just $16.99. Try our sirloin and Tasmanian shrimp, Kingsland pasta, or new smoked porterhouse. Come enjoy these bold new flavours for a limited time at Outback Steakhouse.
Max Crosby and Chandler Jones bearing down on you, tormenting you, scratching at you, clawing at you, and knocking you on your tail every other play, and you're about 6 on one ill-fated soiree toward the goal line, and this happened. He gets his hand.
Anymore. It might be in the bag, but the bag is open.
Supposed to win, and that's all that matters.
No, you said 38 to 10.
We are. Any sport ever.
So in other words, he's beyond reproach in your estimation.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm not writing them off. You can do all you want.
Skip.
So I need a conclusion from you today. Is he washed? Is he washed?
When you got no retort for what I just said, let me finish. When you got no retort for what I just laid out,
Shannon, he has the greatest football mind anybody's ever seen. You know what? If this report is correct, who cares? He should do that. He should. I need a.
Never. Every time somebody.
Are you sure about this report?
Every time, once the game begins. If I'm not mistaken.
Are you sure about this report?
Skip, I'm just saying what it was said. Byron left. He goes over game plan, makes tweaks to the assignments and formation, and provides a revised blueprint. One which first-year head coach Todd Bowles, offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich, and the rest of the staff are left to discuss.
Boom. I wanted that. You can't keep allowing blame. Ladies and gentlemen, the truth was bound to come out. You can't keep allowing blame to be placed at the wrong people. Oh, it doesn't let me take a desk. Okay, hold on. Do I got Tell me I got a screen recorder. Tell me I still have my screen recorder. Where are you at? Where are you at? Where's my screen recorder?
Tomorrow morning. Get hit, you probably should go home.
Okay, he's trying to avoid the career.
Touchdown to Brandon Ayuk.
Then they have washed up, his arm is in decline, and he should just go on home. It started the first day of this show in September of 2016. This was the Scotty Miller one, the early one. You got to fixate on that one. That was terrible.
Can I ask you a question? So what was Brock Purdy? Did he have an umbrella?
Help me out. Help me out.
Hold on. Let me get my step.
He threw three passes in the second half because he didn't need to throw. Dead last in running the ball. Dead last in the whole league.
Why was Tom Brady still in the game late in the third quarter, down 30? What have you skipped? The man has gotten more than 22 points.
I got it. Tell me when it's my turn.
I'm gonna take DJ. This is why I gave him 100% of the blame. Can we get this? And I would need you to bear with me at home because I don't really like to do stuff like this. But I'm gonna just follow suit with my counterpart. Can we get that up on the board? Can we get the quote on the board? Here it is. The level of responsibility that Brady imposes upon himself has always been massive, and this year he's taxed to the max. One example: on night before each game, Brady runs a separate meeting with the Bucs skill players. The responsibility that Brady imposes upon himself has always been massive, and this year he's taxed to the max. One example: on night before each game, Brady runs a separate meeting with the Bucs skill players, during which he goes over game plans, makes tweaks to the assignments and formation, and provides a revised blueprint. One which first-year head coach Todd Bowles, offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich, and the rest of the staff are left to discover in real.
Let's go.
Game. Brady runs a separate meeting with the Bucs skill players. The responsibility that Brady imposes upon himself has always been massive, and this year he's taxed to the max. One example: on night before each game, Brady runs a separate meeting with the Bucs. Game. Brady runs a separate meeting with the.
Gosh dang it. Okay, hold on. You wanna hold on? See, they playing with me. They think I won't get it, but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it for sure. Hold on, I gotta pause this. I'll be back. Where's my draft? All right, we're gonna let that sit there. Let that sit there Let's see what this does. Goodbye. Ah, almost. I need one more. One more. Let's go with 26, 22, 38. Let's do this. What is this? One more. Is anybody watching me? Is anybody on here with me? Let me see. I'm just waiting. Hapapakapakatuku. Come on. What's going on here? There you go. Finish that up. I'll take that. So I'm gonna, there you go, sheesh. Give me my money. All right, now let's do this. I got 2 left. I still can't. How do I think I gotta get that, and then I could get that. I think I should, man. I think I should go after this. These two. 15%. Boost workstation efficiency and speed by 15%. So let's just, we did what I came to do. We ain't gonna keep going. We're gonna now get to a Santa water. Matter of fact, let me save. All right, let's do this. Let's. Whew. All right. So we already don't have. So that's Gucci. Mm-hmm. 812, 912. No. No, we don't. No! Gosh dang it. I don't know what it is, but we'll keep it. Oh my gosh, I did it again. Okay, so all that's good. Everything's good. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Let's go to the sewing. 32. There's 3, 44, 30. $35. Jeez. $100 of these. Two. Three. 4. 5. 1. 44, 35, 35. 22. 52, 11. 19. All right, let's see. 31. That's a lot of stuff he just threw everywhere. Okay, now I can see 32 idols. So I got, let's see. I got 20. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. 41. So let's get 41, 19, 42. Two. Everybody get to work. All right, we're officially a huge freaking, like, we got a lot of people working. So one more. That was fast. Thank you, sir. feel like this shit's about to crash on me. So we're like almost at 50%. 50% done almost. Running out, they running out over here. They got plenty of stuff over here. Nobody better start passing out. What is this? No storage. Oh man. Dang it. How many? 35?